Hey everybody, it's Astro D. Relationships and synastry, that's my specialty. Bringing some simplicity to this thing we call astrology. Hey everybody. Okay, I hope everyone is doing well, pushing through these times, okay? Tough times for a lot, but breakthrough times for many, okay? A lot of people pushing through, breaking through, even with all the friction that's going on. So, I hope you guys also caught my last video, Saturn Retro type video, where I talked about this Mercury-Saturn conjunction that's going on right now, bringing critical thoughts to the surface, to say it in the most superficial way. So yes, I hope everyone is doing well during this time, and if you need an uplift, I did a poem on that video, so definitely check it out. I'll put the link in the description. So today, I'm excited. Oh, and I'm sorry for everybody that's missing me on the lives weekly. That will be coming back live, but Astro D got some stuff to do, okay? So I just want to make sure, though, that I'm leaving you with some more material every week. You're still getting some Astro flavor, right? So today I wanted to talk about, you guys know, relationship synastry, that's my specialty. So, I like to talk about Venus and what Venus is doing sometimes, So what I want to talk about is something that's going to be happening in about 2 days. It's a light influence. It doesn't last very long. It's not like super strong type of influence, but I think it's significant because of the times that we're in right now. And because of this Mercury-Saturn conjunction, Saturn being next to the galactic center, a lot of people, Saturn is really raining hard on them, along with the times, the changing times, universally. Earthquakes here, there, just so much going on right now. But with that being said, I wanted to talk about this because I think that a lot of us need some relief right now. A lot of people are looking for some type of, twinkle somewhere, some type of pleasure. I don't want to get too personal now because this is a lot of people looking at this, but I will say, Astro D gets down. And, sometimes you get these people in your life, you get a friend or a good friend to just come and do the littlest thing for you or the smallest thing, and it can change the whole picture. And we have to do that. If you're down and someone wants to do something really nice for you, let them do it, number one. Sometimes it's tough. The energy doesn't match. Your down energy doesn't match someone giving and giving you love. No, I don't want that. I want to stay on this flow, but no, you fight that flow. You receive it, okay? And you use that to get through the rest of the week. You use that to keep going. Don't take all that love someone gave you, all that energy someone gave you, to just go back and be sad again. Take it and use it as your engine, your fuel, your gas to keep doing better. So, just threw that message out there that I came across. I wanted to share that. Show somebody some love. You see a friend going through something, give them anything. Lollipop. That's cute. Be like, aw, you care, you're trying. So shout out to the people that have been loving me over the years and really supporting me. I really thank you. So I wanted to talk about Venus conjuncting Mercury. I wanted to talk about it as a general transit that's going to be happening on December 15th. And then I wanted to talk about it in regards to if you have that in your natal chart. Then I wanted to go even deeper and talk about if you have that with a partner in synastry, because relationship synastry, that's my specialty, y'all. So I really wanted to break down this interesting astro weather, and this is how I see it. I like to do things, break things down simply. So I see it like, Venus is coming through. She's walking and chilling, and it's like a party going on in Sagittarius, right? So Venus is like, hey, what's going on, Mercury? Hey, I'm coming next to you. I'm conjuncting you. Let's join up, okay? I know you going through some rough times, Mercury. You in retrograde, don't know when you coming and going. But I'm just going to bring my love to you. I'm going to bring some pleasure to this, a little bit of relief to this mix-up is going on. And it's waving like, yo, what's up, Saturn? How you doing? I'm going to come see you soon, too. Venus is going to be meeting with Saturn in a week or so. A little bit. It's coming. Venus is going to be hitting on Saturn. So I'm going to get into that as well. Talking about the transit. So Venus coming into this area And it's saying, what's up to Mercury? Let me talk to you for a second, Mercury. Let me connect with you. When planets are conjunct, which is an aspect, check out my video on aspects pertaining to synastry. But when Venus is an aspect to Mercury, making a conjunction is the connection for those of you that are not advanced in this. Once it makes a connection to it, conjunctions are a combination of both energies mixed together. And both of these are benefic energies, generally, Mercury. So you put these two, Mercury's kind of neutral, so it's just a neutral planet. But yeah, this is this light energy coming together. And like I said, we need it. We need Mercury and Venus coming together. Just like, the nice aspects, I really try to kind of focus on those because, like I said, there's enough rough stuff in life to focus on. Why not just focus on the good stuff and emphasize that? Because we can focus on the bad stuff and emphasize that too. Make it happen even faster and worse than it was supposed to happen. But let's try to, when we look at the charts, try to look at the good stuff. And then sometimes I try not to look at my own chart lately. I'm like, I'm not looking at my chart anymore. But I looked at it the other day, I was like, oh, some good stuff coming down. So anyway, with Mercury hitting Venus, and I'm also looking down at my notes, so you see me look down. I'm trying to get notes in a better spot so I can keep my head up. But now, with Mercury's going to hit Venus and Mercury, and then when it goes to Saturn, it's going to be a whole nother trip. Now, what's better about this year when Venus hits Saturn in a couple of days or a week or so from now is that when Venus hits Saturn, it will be different than last year, because January last year, Venus was squaring Saturn. So I mean, holidays, Venus squaring Saturn, that's tough, real tough. But this time it's conjuncting. So I think that energy would be a lot different, be very different. So, but going back to Venus Mercury, because this is the good stuff right here. I'm doing good on my time, all right. Going back to Venus Mercury. So Venus, I talk about Venus a lot. Venus is about our pleasure sensors. It's about how we value things, whether it be ourselves, other people, whatever. It's about how we give pleasure, receive pleasure, what we like, where the desires are, where is the, pleasure spots, the sweet spots in us, in our life. And also, Venus has a higher and a lower octave. The higher octave of Venus, is the good stuff and pleasure. And then the lower octave, that's just lust, debauchery and just raunchiness. Okay, you're sleeping with 5 people at one time and then going to go kiss your husband, don't say nothing. That's Venus in its detriment, not in a good place. Or, dating the wrong person, falling in love with the worst people. Venus in its lower arc, abusive relationships, all this, so on and so. And then you get into asteroids and stuff and how these stories get even more deeper. So I'm not into asteroids, I'm into asteroids, but I mean talking about them to you guys, not yet. But, so, you have this planet, Venus, pleasure, and then you have Mercury, the mind, the intellect, how one thinks, how one talks, how one communicates, the messages that are being delivered. Right now, we're having some complications here. Depending on where Mercury is retrograding, this is where you're going to have some readjustments. Okay, look at it as readjustments here. This is where we're going to have to look at how you could do this better in that area. Right? So now you have beauty meeting that intellect. Beauty and peacefulness, harmony. Venus rules harmony, meeting the intellect and the minds. Okay, the thoughts. Right? So now Mercury's going through problems and issues, misunderstandings. A lot of people are having a lot of misunderstandings right now. Venus coming in just might soothe some of them. Or, when or just soothe the heart in a sense. You're not saying the people will come together and make this new thing happen because Mercury is still in retrograde. But it just softens things up. It lightens teeny bit the load of how things are being communicated. Because remember, when Mercury's with Saturn, that's harsh. That was very harsh. So it's this almost a total opposite energy you're dealing with when Venus is hitting Mercury now. Because now it's about intellect. It's about, talking about gorgeous, beautiful things. It's about talking about the pleasure, what brings you pleasure, really connecting. We're connecting to, in the midst of the cold for the northern people, in the midst of all this, we just had snow, in the midst of all this crazy stuff, where's the beauty in this? Where's the lesson? Where's the beauty in the lessons being taught, Mercury and Sagittarius? Where is the beauty in the lessons being taught to us about love here? How can we come to a peace within ourselves? Peace, Venus rules peace. How can we come to a peace within ourselves, and in our minds? about where we are in terms of, love and money. Venus does not just rule love, it rules wealth. Your wealth principle, how you're valuing your assets. Are you using your resources properly? Do you value the resources you have? Can you see them and acknowledge them in this life? So hitting that, Venus hitting Mercury, it's softening this Mercury energy in Sagittarius. Mercury in Sagittarius is bold. My bestie's got Mercury in Sagittarius, but I love it. Absolutely love it, because it's honest, it's straightforward, whether you can handle it or not. And if you can handle it, it is a ball. It is an absolute ball, truth and honesty. Somebody to be straight up and direct with you. I can't front, y'all. I can be shy. I am actually a shy person. I was just talking to my homie about it. Like, yo, man, I can be shy. So that Sagittarius energy of straightforwardness, pointing the arrow, saying what you got to say. Aries, as well. Aries has that type of energy. So also, a lot of people, really, this is the old lovers coming back in the mind. Thoughts of the past and love experiences will come up through here. We're talking about this. People were thinking about this. When was the last time I felt, love? When was the last time I felt having money? Maybe some of y'all been broke. Okay? And maybe some of y'all are trying to connect this through the Venus and Mercury. How can I continue to make funds? How can I think and communicate in a way that can build, my income? All right? Just cutting this off. How can we communicate in a way that can build my income? Push my money forward. Bringing a pleasure to the creativity aspect. Wanting to create. People, this is the time to, if you're thinking about writing some poetry or wanting to do something creative, the next couple of days on the 15th, do something. Make a piece and just do an astrological experiment. Astro D said Mercury square Venus. Let me see what I write on this day, how it's going to be. What I paint or what I perform during this time. The artists are thriving, will thrive right now. Do your art, artists. I'm working on some stuff now too, so the artists are thriving during this time. Even though, like I said, it's just a sprinkle. I call it a rose in the mud. Ow. Check out my rose painting. I didn't even talk about it today. I previously showed it in the Whitney Houston video I did. But it's a retrograde, so I'm going back. I'm bringing all the paintings back. All right, I got this new, couch situation. So I'm enjoying that. And I'm just, wanted to present that to you. So check out the link in the description if you like my artwork. I do sell prints as well. If you don't want an original. So anyway, it's like a rose in the mud. It's like, it's muddy, it's dirty, but damn, that rose is pretty. That's cool. It's going to be all right. That's a thing. That's also a thing too, like, it's going to be okay. Things are going to work themselves out, I think, with this Venus brings to Mercury. A little hope for some people that are going through turbulent times with the... Oh man, Carlene has a great video out talking about this time and how the planets are all below the South Node. This is not the topic of this video, so Astro D is not going to get into it, but definitely check that out and look at the videos on this page, because it definitely does talk about the energies that are going on now. It's very toxic out here, but it's like, what, the world is toxic? It's always toxic. So hey, just get your white light on, all right? Chill, protect the self and the spirit during these times, especially. So bring creativity and pleasure to the mind, right? Creative people putting out beautiful stuff. I'm just going over my notes too, because I like to freestyle, but I just want to make sure, being thankful and knowledge, being thankful for the knowledge that you learn from beauty, right? Beautiful things. And now I want to get into, now we know generally this aspect for everybody where it's hitting. And where is Venus and Mercury in your chart? You want to get a calculator. First, you want to know what time you were born. Then you want to get your ascendant. And then you could look out, where it's going to be in, what house it's going to be in, where this conjunction, where the intellect and beauty meet. Okay? Where is this? Where's this information about beautiful things possibly to come? All right. Beautiful, old, beautiful things that you might have left behind. You might have lost something awesome, whether that could be a person, you might have lost a person, or somebody might have broke up with you, whatever. And it's Mercury retrograde, and now they're coming back. That beautiful Venus rules women. Okay. So I don't know how this is going to sound. It's like the relief is in the woman right now. I don't know how that works. I'm not saying go run and get you a woman. I don't know, but next couple days, you know, that's where your inspiration will come from. You know, mental inspiration, your mental drive will push the pretty lady. Pretty ladies might inspire us all. Okay, so now, what happens when this is in your birth chart? When you're born with this transit, because there's a baby being born that's going to be born on the 15th. That baby is going to have Venus conjunct Mercury in their chart. Isn't this cool? This stuff is so cool. I love it. That baby is going to have Venus conjuncting Mercury in their chart. And what kind of baby is this? In Sagittarius. Wow, what a kid. Venus conjuncting Mercury in Sagittarius, right? So, first of all, this brings a pleasure in the way that this person expresses themselves. Either a pleasure in themselves where they just like to talk, or a pleasure in others. They know how to evoke pleasure through their speech. Mercury rules the speech and talk. They know how to drive the masses to want to just listen. They might have nice, pretty voices or a nice way or style in which they talk, right? They bring beauty to the intellect. So these people can be nerds, but really stylish about how nerdy they are and how they're getting their information. Now, I do not know the status of Mercury. This is general speaking. I do not know the status of Mercury because I don't know what sign Mercury would be in. If Mercury is afflicted, aspected by a tough planet, getting bad aspects, or Mercury's getting good aspects. So I'm just going to assume, let's say, talking with Mercury is getting good aspects and Venus is hitting Mercury. This person has a beautiful way in which they talk to you. It's an alluring type of way. It brings pleasure to the way in which someone expresses themselves and how they communicate. Beauty, pleasure, they express pleasure and beauty within themselves to others in this awesome way. So a lot of times you see these Venus Mercury peeps are attractive. They are attractive people, even, you know, maybe they got a rough ascendant, they might not be visually, but there's something beautiful there when they open their mouths, when they express themselves, when they, you know, exercise their intellect. It's a turn on, right? Like, I like it. Oh my God, is your Venus conjunct Mercury? So anyway, like, you know, these are artists. These are true artists at heart here, you know, and at least artists in the, you know, they might like to write pretty, you know, might have really pretty handwriting, or painters. Absolutely, the painter has this. Hint, 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 guys. So, you know, the painters, you know, that are very artistic, they want to express the words and writing in some form of beautiful way. They also want to make money. They want to make money through how damn smart they are and how how they express beauty. Making money through expressing beauty. Okay, talking about it, teaching about it, learning about it, all this stuff. These are your makeup artists here, okay? These are your, almost want to say a motivational speaker, but more so like your Lenny Green types, your talk show Lenny Green. You know Lenny Green 98.7, y'all. If y'all don't know, look it up. But Lenny Green from 98.7, you know, Kiss FM. That's perfect example of Venus Mercury conjunction. He's got this soft, soothing voice. He's talking about romance and love and this smooth, cool thing. Venus conjuncting Mercury, y'all. That's how it works. So if you really want to see that embodiment in a person, I don't know if he really has that. Shout out to Lenny Green, but I don't know if he really has that. But find out if Lenny Green really has Venus conjuncting Mercury in his chart. And look him up. Listen to his voice if you really want to get a good example of what I'm talking about. So beauty in the appearance. You know, the intellect meets grace and style. All right? So this is how this would play out in a person having Venus conjuncting Mercury. Now, Mercury could be afflicted terribly, and they could think they're really hot though, but they probably think they're not attractive. How about that? You know, an afflicted Mercury conjuncting Venus might think that they're really ugly, and they're actually so fine. And you're like, oh my God, like what? You don't see this? But that could be an afflicted Mercury. Can maybe Mercury squaring Neptune or something like that, or the Mercury is just opposed by Saturn, something like this. This would be a tough aspect on Mercury, making Mercury's function dysfunctional. that makes sense. That's what they called when you call afflictions. The planet acts out in a certain way when it's in this sign, but when it's afflicted, it's kind of hurt. You know, it's wounded, so it's limping. That's like having a limp. You know what I'm saying? The planet's got a limp, but it's still a beautiful planet. Doesn't mean it's just that challenge for the planet. Doesn't mean you have a disability or a problem just because you have an affliction in a planet. So, so these people are smooth talkers, the smooth talkers, the sexy voices, the phone sex operators, the, you know, they'll talk you out your pants, okay? Mercury conjuncting Venus. I like that. Like it a lot. Now, you have that dynamic that can also go to synastry, Mercury conjuncting Venus. You can have your Venus connecting to someone's Mercury, or your Mercury connecting to someone else's Venus. Okay, when you do the synastry charts, I mentioned that in my synastry videos, you put the two charts on top of each other and you compare two charts, and that's how the relationship dynamics are going to go. So you have your Venus is connecting to someone's Mercury. You soften them up, the way they talk. Maybe this is a rough talker. Maybe their Mercury is in Capricorn. Maybe this is a rough talker, and maybe they're you know, they curse a lot. You come along with your Venus, with your prettiness or whatever you bring to your Venus-esque. You come with it. Maybe they want to curse less. Maybe they don't want to talk like that no more. Maybe they want to talk about art now. Now let's talk about art and stuff. Let's talk about being creative. Let's talk about how fine you are. Yes, maybe that Mercury person will constantly talk about how beautiful you are. Or maybe that Mercury person will talk about, you know, your creative aspects, because Venus rules the creativity in us as well. So, you know, how creative are you? That's Sun too. You're like, wow, man, they're just so creative. They're just so attractive and creative. That's what Mercury sees. You know, that's on the mind. The Mercury's the intellect and the mind, and how I keep saying intellect. I like that word today. You know, Mercury rules the mind. So it's like it wants to see that beauty. Mercury can really see that first, the beauty in you, the creativity in you, and appreciate that. These are two people that have a lot in common. They probably have the same hobbies. They like the same music. You know, they like to talk all night and just chatter about arts and foods they like and different things. Okay? Mercury takes Venus, you know, Venus creativity, like I said, and talks about it a lot. Mercury wants to talk. And Venus is just beautiful. Mercury's going to talk about that beautifulness. Mercury also wants to talk about the money. Mercury also, you know, money's on the mind. Mercury wants to live that good life when the Venus-esque is hitting it. You know, Mercury might have had a poor mentality. When Venus comes next to it, they're like, you know what? I'm tired of this dingy coat. Your Venus next to me makes me want to get a nice, you know, invest in some nice stuff. Because that Venus is next to my Mercury now. You know, or vice versa. It's like they enhance, these two planets, I believe, really enhance each other, you know, as well. Definitely enhance each other. This person's Venus. Also, you know, some of us artists are kind of scatterbrained and out there like, oh, I don't know what to do. I just want to create. Mercury comes along and says, hey, get yourself a website, okay? Get yourself a fan list, all right? Send it out to people. Go out and network. That's what Mercury's saying to Venus, okay? To that Venus person. It's like, it doesn't be creative. Like, no, make some money. Spread it out. Get the word out. The words. Mercury's the words. So, Mercury wants to make Venus stop cursing. I like my notes. They're really cute. Venus person softens up. So this is the dance between Mercury and Venus. Communication. Sending letters. You might get a nice message from somebody. It's always nice to get nice messages, you know. Mercury, also Venus might make Mercury want to start writing poetry. They might want to write poetry together. This is definitely a poetic combination. Beautiful words, saying things, you know, in a way that rhymes and can soothe the thoughts and bring peace as well, you know, with the Mercury-Venus conjunction. These people, you know, Kapil Raj, KRS, also does a nice thing where, you know, also talking about what planet goes first and what planet goes second. Like I said, I'm not going to act like that's my information. That's his. You know, he brought out, thought that was excellent. Shout out to KRS. All right, on the Vedic tip. Okay. So this was pretty much, you know, the sum. You know, I didn't want to make this too long talking about it, but it was really the sum of how these planets coming together and with this transit here. Now, Venus is also, like I said, it's going to hit Saturn, right? So right now, just enjoy it. You might get a little money, you might get some money, you might get news about money too. Mercury's news, might get some news about some money. So enjoy that. Enjoy December the 15th, you know, in the days before and after. You know, I was describing it as a car, even an orgasm. I mean, it's like these planets, the way they start, it's a peak, it's a build, you know, the foreplay, okay? And then it keeps building up to this like peak. All right, the planet's exact. It hit the spot, right? And then it tampers down. It tampers down the energy. It's like, okay, it's time for, you know, it's time for a smoke now. We're gonna relax. That was great. You know, I can't believe I did that one. But it's the best example. And I mean, you know, I could have talked about a car. I could have did the car one, but I already did that example. But things momentum. When things gain momentum, they reach their peak and then they come down. That's how these planets move, and that's how these energies are affecting us. So we're feeling like the beginning stages of this Venus conjuncting Mercury, maybe today or tomorrow. So it doesn't last very long. Venus's energies, because it's a shorter planet, it's a younger planet. Mercury is even younger than Venus. So, you know, these are really short transits, but use it. Remember in the beginning of this video, I started by saying, you know, how, you know, you could use one candle can light up a whole room. All right, one candle. You know, you have a friend with the light of inspiration and you're in the darkness and they just come next to you. And if you're willing to receive it, they see, no, you lit up. So you go pay that forward and you go pay it forward, you know. So the lesson for today that I'd like to bring some Sagittarius, Mercury and Sagittarius. Hopefully you guys can get into this Mercury retrograde. So the lesson I'm bringing today is, you know, use this energy today. It's a small transit, but use it to carry you on to get through, you know, these next couple weeks, the holidays that are coming up. I am, like I said, not a holiday person. There are a lot of lonely people out there on these holidays today. There are a lot of hungry people on the holidays today. There are a lot of cold people on the holidays this year. And, you know, it doesn't hurt to be kind, to show kindness. Because I get pissed off, guys. I got some Sag in me too. So I was like, look, that's stupid. What you're saying is not smart. That's dumb. You know, you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. You need to be patient. It's Mercury retrograde right now. Be extremely patient and be kind, especially, you know, these next coming days. It'll be a lot easier, I think, for a lot of people to be patient and be kind with people. I was talking to a representative, and they were like, the intellect quite wasn't there. And I was just like, oh my God, this person doesn't know their job. So I was like, and I was going to do this nicely. I was like, sir, there's something wrong with my phone. I gotta go. I'm gonna call you back. And really, I tried to be like, I'm gonna call back and get another representative. So I called back, and it was that same dude. So I was just like, okay. Obviously, he's the only one working in a department right now. I'm going to have to use some Venus here and some patience and bring some patience and work with what is given to me. There's a lot of karmic things going on too right now. Get your karma together, y'all. Work with, so I was like, I'm going to work with the situation. And I was like, just be patient, D. Like, just be nice, be kind, talk to this person. He ended up helping me out. Really helping me out. Okay. So be kind this Mercury retrograde. Double check. Don't be frustrated if somebody continuously asks you questions over and over again. I can't stand it when people get mad at that anyway. It's like, I want to know what the hell you was saying. I obviously am interested in what the hell. Why are you going to get mad? Because I want to know further and I want to make sure I got what the hell you was saying. I can't get mad. It's like, I hate repeating myself. Well, don't talk to people then. Don't talk. Because people are going to want you to repeat yourself. If you're saying something of significance, damn. So anyway, don't be frustrated if people actually repeat yourself. Like, huh? What? I didn't get that. Misunderstandings left and right. You know, try not to, you know, this is just the energy. A wonderful friend of mine told me, just surrender to it. That's the best way to flow with a lot of the energies going on. When Venus hits Saturn, it doesn't have to be so negative. Venus squaring Saturn, there's a lot of disappointments up in there. Neptune was just squaring Venus as well. So a lot of people were disappointed. But that disappointment that comes, Mercury's in retrograde. Are you really clear to be disappointed, to have a reaction? A lot of times, people have said things and it's just like, I'm learning, we assume to have a reaction to something that someone says to us, but usually you do need to wait to know how they said it, where they're coming from, before you give a reaction. We want to be quick. Venus and Aries, Mercury, just bam, you say blah, blah, blah. But it's like, hold up. I really want to understand where this person's coming from. So let the sky clear up. Let Mercury get clear and go forward and wake up so that you can really get the information on the situation before you can go out and have your total reaction to it. That's hard. I'm just saying things. I'm teaching myself as I talk to people here, because that ain't easy. Somebody piss you off. You know what I'm saying? You want to say what it is. So use this Venus and Mercury energy, even if you do want to approach somebody about something. Use this energy right now, because you will probably come off a lot better. I don't know if your Mercury is afflicted. You got a lot of hurt Mercuries. I don't know that, or even if your Venus is afflicted, and you just have really low self-image. I don't know that. So it's just like, hey, try to take it with a grain of salt. Easier said than done, but it can be done. Take it with a grain of salt. Gravitate to the people that are giving you love, that are speaking positive to you, speaking those love Venus things. Okay? Gravitate to that. Listen to some good music. Talk about the good music. Share good music online. That's what this Venus and Mercury is doing. And, keep striving and thriving, y'all. Just keep striving and thriving. It's do or die a lot of times. What are you going to do? Just be gone, or are you going to really make the best out of this and do the best you can? So this is Astro D, coming with some Astro flavor. I like to bring a little flavor, drop something different into it. In this communication, make it beautiful, make it cute, all that stuff. So if you want to hear some of this beautiful communication and you want to do a reading with me, I'd like it if you click the link in the description. Okay, contact me. Make sure when you contact me, I don't do this. I need to talk about this on my videos too. When you contact me, make sure you put your details, your date, time of birth. Put all that stuff in there if you want to do a synastry reading, because it's couple time, it's boo time. This is winter bay time. Okay. So, or whatever. So it's like, if you want to get a reading done about what's going on between you and your love, hit me up. I also just want to look at your chart, because it's about you. I want to look at your chart and I want to see what's going on, with your way of exuding love here, because maybe you're blocking yourself from getting love here. And a lot of times that's what it is. I can see my chart though. I don't know nothing about my chart, but I can tell you all about yours. I absolutely will, and I can tell you very well about your chart. Test it out. Come see. So click the link in the description. Check me out. Follow me on Instagram. I like this Instagram thing. I hope you guys are enjoying my Instagram. I've been slowing down with my memes, my funny memes, because I got to find the funny in me. Hopefully with this Venus Mercury. Because there's also funny too. Venus rules Mercury. There's laughs and that's funny. Jupiter in the 5th house. All this stuff. I'll talk about this on my synastry webinar coming up. So that's in January. All this awesome stuff. Good things, guys. So Astro D Stars 5 on Instagram. Okay. My email is astrodstars. If you have any topics on synastry that you guys think that I should talk about, hit me up, because you guys give me great ideas, and I have a whole bunch and I just love it. So I hope you guys are well. I will be back soon on the live. So don't worry about that. But you're going to like the wait. So you guys have a great week. Enjoy this artist paint. Love it. Enjoy it. Have a great week, everybody. Take care.